Hey, welcome back to the Minimax build. So I've got, you saw what I had going in the last video. Basically, I'm in the process of getting this, getting these tubes drilled out, and you've seen my setup here before with the V block. And all I'm doing is, like I mentioned, I'm getting this first hole drilled right here. And then I'm going to put this in, put a bolt through it. Well, let me show it to you. I'm going to put this in, put a bolt through it. Then I can use that to move it back and forth down here until I get 90 degrees on that. So I've already got the stab level at 90 degrees. So level at 0 degrees, not 90 degrees. That stab, vertical stab, is 90 degrees to the horizontal stab. So you know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and get a hole in this. If you haven't seen this block before, I'll link to the video here so you can see how this works out. But basically, you center the drill bit on the slot. There's like a little line that runs down the middle, and I can see real easily with the point of the drill bit is right on that line. And then you just clamp it in place, and then you're guaranteed when you punch your mark and you put it in here, you're going to drill straight through the tube. So it's just once you get the drill started, one of the things you do have to do is you just have to make sure that your tube doesn't move or rotate on you, because then you will be off. So I just try and hold it steady once the drill bit finds the punch mark. How about a little power? That'd be nice. All right, let's give that a go. All right, so now we can go over here and take a look at what we got going here. This is this takes a 3-10 bolt, so just gonna go ahead and get that up here and bolt it in. What I noticed was this flat spot just needs to be a little steeper here on the end, so I can get this corner off right here. Because the tube just needs to bend, it needs to rotate just a touch more. Okay, now I got that through there, and I just had to take a little more off that flat spot, and then it just went right through. So now the next step is to figure out how far forward we need to go here to hit our 90 degrees. So I'm just gonna pull it till we hit 90. It's 0.6. That's it right there. So it looks like we need to remove about a 1/4 inch off of this tube here, because we got to drop down in so the tube centers up on the hole. So I'm going to start by taking well, let's sneak up on it. So I'll take like 1/8 of an inch off, and then I'll just keep doing that increment until we get this to where we can center the tube up on the hole. So okay, so I'll pull it out. This is just kind of how this goes. You just try and fit and try and fit until you get it right where you want it. So yeah, okay, so let's take it off, and then I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of that end, and we'll see what that does for us. All right, so it ended up being 3/16 of an inch got me where I want to be. Now when I pull this over and I get to 90 degrees, right there, you can see I'm not quite hitting the center of the tube, so now all I have to do is sand a flat spot on the other side of it, and then that'll allow it to lower. And I just made myself a reference line on this side so I know to where exactly to put the flat spot on the other side. So, and then we'll be able to get this one, we'll drill this one in place to make sure that we're getting a good accurate spot here. We'll end up seeing what we can do about holding it. So all right, so let me make a flat spot in that, and then we can go from there. All right, so I'm using just a little clamp pressure to help me with holding that. And I'm just making sure I'm on my tube center line. And now, all I gotta do is get through this one side here. I'm keeping an eye on my 90 degrees there. Make sure that stays where it should be. All right, here we go. All right. And I just want to hold that in place while I drill from the back side. So just lightly put that in there so it doesn't move on me. Still on 90 degrees, so I look good over here. So now I'll just come in from behind and I'll drill from the other way, which actually I can't do with the clamp on there, so I gotta take the clamp off. Bolt is actually holding me at my 90, so that's good. You won't be able to see this part, but I'm just going to come in from behind and drill through the tube from the other sides. And then I'll just run the drill straight through. And then we'll have a nice fit. Just a couple nuts here. So these don't go anywhere. All right, so we've got our 90 degrees. We got our 90 degrees here, And we've got those two drilled and bolted in, and now we're going to just repeat that procedure over here. We'll drill the first hole up here. Now we don't have to worry about getting it square because it's already plumb. It's already all good here. So we'll just drill this hole just like we did on the other side, create a little flat spot, get that one in there so that we can hit the so that we can hit the center of the tube, and then we'll be able to figure out how much we need to take off of the tube on this side to get us to the same place. I am curious, just to see how. I mean, you know, when you drill these holes in down here through the wood, you know, you can be off by a little bit here and there, 1/16 of an inch or whatever, and so this is a custom fit situation. There's no guarantee that this tube is going to be the exact length of this one. It should be really close, but it probably won't be exact. And I'm just curious for myself what the center of this bolt is to the center of this bolt. Gonna have to do it in millimeters because I can't. There's not enough stuff on the other side. It's roughly 98 millimeters, center to center. So just curious how this one is. So center to center. It's 98 millimeters. What can I say? That's crazy. There's no way that should have been 98 millimeters. Give or take a millimeter, because I'm just eyeballing it. So, hey, but I'm good with that. That close, that's super good. Okay, so now let's get I'm gonna get a hole drilled through the end of this one, get a flat spot in it, get it in place up here, and fit this other side up. And then we're rocking and rolling here. All right, since you just saw me do all that, no need for you to watch me do it all over again. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so that's sweet. We got the tail bracing. I got the tail bracing all on. So now I'm going to move it back over here to the fuselage, and we're gonna make a couple of brackets. The brackets that we need to hold it onto the fuselage. And what we're preparing to do is actually mount it in place. So let me pick it up here and move it over. And we'll get it squared away. We'll make a bunch of measurements to make sure we're running nice and square and all that good stuff. So yeah, awesome. So just sitting there, just with the sight lines, it just looks exactly right where it should be. So but hey, we'll get to the next step before I get too excited here. So let me find in the plan where we're going. Where the next step is right here, and we've got to make 4 of these brackets right here, and they are going to be 1/2 inch to the hole. 3/8 radius is typical on all of those. So first we'll make a small hole and get ourselves a 3/8 radius. We'll locate the holes, then we'll make a radius where it needs to be. They are what's the width of this bracket? Let's see. 1/4. I'm going to say it's 3/4 inches wide. since that's a 3/8 radius, which makes total sense to me. So we'll have to make 4 pieces at 3/4 inches, and then we'll be able to cut our holes in there. And it looks like while we're at it, we've got a couple more brackets we can go ahead and make. So we're actually going to make 6 total, because we've got these 2 that go on top of the fuselage that actually are for the cable fair leads. So you can see those right here in this drawing. So we'll make 6 total, and then we'll take some measurements and get that rolling. So I would love to just hang out here and admire this, but we got to keep moving. So I'm gonna hop on that. We'll get 6 of those at 3/4 inches, and then we'll get some holes in them. All right. All right, so here's the situation. All of these measurements are from this back corner here. So this first one is a 1/2 inch from there. That's to the hole. And then the other side is 1.25 inches to the hole. So right there, 1.25 inches, 1/2 inch, and I'll go ahead and mark those on all of those. And we'll find the center of this. It's 3/4, so we're going to go 3/8. I'm just setting up setting this up right here for 3/8. And let's see how we do on the center mark here. When you make a line, all you got to do is just flip your square around and just try it from the other side, and it actually works out where. And then, so I made that line, and we'll check from the other side. It actually ends up the same spot. So now we got that to measure center, and we'll do the same on here. Get our center line right here, and that's going to be for that one, and that's going to be for that one. So we'll do that for all 6 of them. And then we'll go to the next step. All right, so I've got these all center punched on my marks, and now I'm gonna get a 3/8. Take that back. I'm gonna get a 3/4 Forstner bit, because that's a 3/8 radius. And so how I'm gonna do this is I'm going to first I'm gonna drill a small pilot hole. All I needed to do was I could have gone just maybe one size a little more. I just needed to find something to make my radius. So all I'm doing here is I'm just using the bit, the edge of the Forstner bit, to make a radius here. Like so. That just gives me my 3/8 distance from my center hole, from the center of the hole, and then I'll do the same on the other side here. I will, of course, round that off whenever I put it on my sander, but this gives me a really good starting point, and not trying to do anything really crazy here. I'll do that for each one, and then I'll come back and drill my holes out for 3/16. And then we'll be good to go there. All right, so we've got all these marked, and we've got the smaller hole in there that we used just to put our Forstner bit in to get this radius on there. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to drill all of these holes out to 3/16. And then we'll go to the bandsaw. We'll cut this off before we go to the sander over there, and round it off. And I was thinking, actually, I think I will. Since I've got to sand this way, I'm going to go back and make these marks actually on the top side. I'm going to make these marks on the top side because I'm going to be sanding this way and this way. So for drilling, the back's great. For sanding, I don't want to be doing it this way, so I'll go back and mark them on here if I can. Let me see. I might not be able to, actually. Oh yeah, it should work out fine. So, and then I'll drill these holes, and then we can go shape them, cut them off with the bandsaw, and then shape them. So one of the got all these drilled out now with the 3/16 holes, and two of them actually get an 11/32 hole, which gets tapped for 1/8 NPT for that nylon fair lead. So that's a tap I have to get. That's not one that I have, so I'll grab one of those. And now that I've got them all drilled here, we can take them over to the bandsaw, and we will rough cut all of those to shape, and then we can take them over to the sander and clean them up. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the video. You know I appreciate it. And yeah, so we got this done. We got these guys mounted, and that worked out really well. Next, the brackets. We got a pile of brackets over here, as you can see, and these two are for the fair leads, and these four are for mounting the horizontal stab to the fuselage, and they go like so. This bracket will go under here like that, and it gets mounted about like so, and will come right through the middle of this member that's right here, and then back here it actually goes like right about there, like so. It'll get mounted through that member. And yeah, so getting those done, getting that mounted, it's a really big deal. And you know, little by little, we're getting really close. Next weekend, the plan is to put the wings on. So we've got everything we need now, and we're ready to begin that process. So, all right, Parker's coming. He's going to help, and we're going to see if we can get that accomplished. Okay, so yeah, if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss any of these crazy episodes. And hey, I'll catch you later.